What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including has Cody Rhodes lost his top WWE spot? The real reason why Triple H left Bash in Berlin? A rumor killer on the Wrestlemania 42 location? Could WWE be introducing a new title? Could this intergender match happen in WWE? A former superstar signs a Legends deal, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlemania XL. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at whether Cody Rhodes is losing his top spot. Now, our top story today takes a look at the possibility of WWE Champion Cody Rhodes potentially losing his spot as a face of WWE. Since Rhodes took on the mantle of the undisputed face of WWE, a lot has changed, and now despite Rhodes being as popular as ever, Roman Reigns is back in the mix, and John Cena is set to return to WWE for an extended run in 2025. Rhodes was directly asked if he had any insecurities about his top spot on the post-PLA press conference last night, and Rhodes had an honest yet interesting take on the matter. I think if I'm speaking honestly, they're not insecurities and they're not concerns, but I'd be naive not to acknowledge the challenge. I love this, and maybe one of the things I had a lifetime of experience to get ready for this. That's the biggest challenge in front of me in terms of what's the new task for me. The WWE Champion continued on by saying, the idea of being a poster boy at all, my gosh, that's an amazing feeling. That's special. It will end at some point, but I will certainly put up every bit of a fight. And it's not just the OTC, it's not just Roman Reigns, this is John Cena's farewell run. I'm up there in the very rare air with special characters, people like CM Punk. The way I would put it, it's a great problem to have for WWE, and I think both the man that you mentioned and myself, we like that. We have pitted ourselves against each other not just at Wrestlemania in the main event, but in every aspect behind the scenes too, and not in a dishonest way, in an honest way. Better man's gonna win, and that's a good problem to have. This was a great answer from Rhodes as he managed to strike the right balance of real life and kayfabe. Next up, are WWE booking Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes? One of the last true dream matches that is yet to take place in the modern era of WWE is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Fans have been crying out for the match since Rhodes returned in 2022, and it only seems like a matter of time before WWE commits to delivering the match. Surprisingly, it looks like WWE aren't planning on booking the huge match anytime soon, as Rhodes discussed the possibility of the showdown on the post-Bash in Berlin press conference. In terms of him eyeing the title, I've seen a lot of rumblings in terms of, your ear to the ground and you feel like people might want to see that match. It's a very different match than when I first showed up on Monday Night Raw and the person I wrestled was actually Randy Orton. Gosh, I want to give you a bad answer, but that match, a lot would have to happen for that match to take place. Rhodes would go on to say that if the match happens, fans can expect cinema. Again, that's a very real relationship and friendship, the mentor and the student, but it's certainly not something that I back down from. Like I just said, sometimes the people you want to know you've grown the most are the ones closest to you. Nobody is closer to me than Randy Orton, so that's a lot of drama, as the Bloodline fans like to say, the cinema. It's a lot of cinema, but right now, no plans for it. Rhodes was successful in his title defense against Kevin Owens last night, and it looks set that Rhodes is set for a rematch with Solo Sikoa, which has led to major criticism online. Sikoa's work is still heavily panned by the fans, and they're continuing to question if Sikoa is ready for such a high-profile position within the company. Fans are even suggesting they should book the rematch for the September 13 edition of SmackDown, and this would allow Rhodes to face a credible and worthy challenger at Bad Blood in October. Next up, a rumor killer on the Wrestlemania 42 location. And before Bash in Berlin yesterday, one of the main talking points on social media was a revelation that WrestleMania 42 was once again heading to Philadelphia. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro was the man who announced the news initially, so the news seemed to be official. This announcement came as a huge surprise, as WWE were only recently in Philadelphia for WrestleMania, and was disappointed to hear that a new city or even a new country wasn't getting the chance to host the WWE's grandest stage in them all. But ultimately, it looked like Shapiro made a huge mistake, and it has been since confirmed that WrestleMania 42 will not take place in Philadelphia. The governor's office reached out to Fightful saying that their comments regarding WrestleMania 42 were a mistake. This statement was mistaken, and we apologize for the confusion amid all the incredible events Pennsylvania is excited to host in 2026. While WrestleMania won't be here in 26, we look forward to continuing work with WWE and wrestling fans all across our Commonwealth to bring more great events to PA in the future. Now, as things stand, WWE have yet to confirm the location for WrestleMania 42, but London seems like a good lock-in right now. Next up, WWE introducing a new title. A former NXT champion, Karrion Kross, has expressed interest in WWE introducing a new title to the main roster. Cross took to X this weekend to state that they should introduce a new Extreme Championship. It would be awesome to hold an Extreme Rules tournament right now in WWE to introduce a new Extreme Wrestling Championship. No rules, no DQ, pinfall, submission, or knockout. The post received quite a substantial amount of attraction, and most of the fan replies to the pitch are positive. This is a bold idea, yet it does have potential, especially as WWE is slowly moving away from the elements of PG. The question is, do WWE have enough time and resources to present a new title well? There is already backlash from fans that the tag titles are barely featured on PLEs, and introducing yet another new title isn't going to put other titles on the back burner. Would you guys like to see them introduce a new Extreme title? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the real reason why Triple H had to leave early at Bash in Berlin. One of Triple H's priorities since taking over WWE was to allow talent to put their family first. Talent are now allowed to book time off, and they've reduced live event schedules so they can spend time with their family and actually rest up. This mandate doesn't just apply to active talent, as Triple H himself left Bash in Berlin early for personal reasons. WWE Champion Cody Rhodes provides insight into Triple H leaving early on the post-Bash in Berlin press conference as he revealed that college is commencing in America and Triple H's daughter is about to begin her freshman year. This is the exact way that WWE should operate, and it's wonderful to see that even the game himself realizes that certain life events are bigger than pro wrestling and business in general. Next up, could this intergender match happen? Dominic Mysterio spoke with Gorilla Position ahead of Bash in Berlin this weekend, and Mysterio stated that he would be open to a singles match with Rhea Ripley. Mysterio stated that he doubts WWE will book it, obviously due to the intergender element, but if they wanted to deliver the match, he'd be down for it. Mysterio vs Ripley would be a huge box office attraction for WWE, and it would make a ton of sense for them to deliver the match. Would you guys want to see it? Next up, CM Punk going for gold. CM Punk was successful in his attempts to defeat Drew McIntyre last night, as Punk defeated McIntyre in a strap match that certainly squashed any allegations of Punk being washed. Nevertheless, he appears to be ready to move on from McIntyre, and in a WWE digital interview following his match at Bash in Berlin, Punk stated that he's coming for the world title. That's definitely the end for me and Drew McIntyre. What's next for me is I'm going to take a long hot shower, I'm going to try and find some donuts, and I got myself a main event to watch. I'm very interested in the result. Gunther vs Randy Orton. Some people like to say, may the best man win. In this case, may the best man win because a better man is coming for you. I want the gold, I'm coming for you, sucker. Whilst Punk vs Gunther is a certified dream match, there's no way that the feud between Punk and McIntyre is over. There's been speculation that the payoff to the feud will come next month at Bad Blood, and there's an expectation from fans that they will use a Hell in a Cell match type to bring the feud to a fitting close. There's a possibility that Punk does indeed stake a claim for the world title on Raw, and perhaps McIntyre costs him a #1 contendership match. Either way, we can all expect Punk vs McIntyre Part 3. And finally, Victoria signs a Legends deal. Our final story today takes a look at some great news for former WWE Women's Champion Victoria. Victoria took to X this weekend to confirm that she's put pen to paper on a new WWE Legends deal.
So sorry that I didn't announce my special announcement, but guess what? I'm gonna cry, hold on. I got offered a Legends contract, which is called Nostalgic contract now, and I'm so ecstatic. I'll be in the videos, I'll have new action figures. You guys, I'm WWE family, I love you. Thank you so much for just the love and just support and everything like that. I am so freaking ecstatic, you guys have no idea. I'm trying not to cry so my makeup doesn't smear. I'm at OVW show, back in my home, right back at home. OVW, babe. But can you believe that?
Now it looks like WWE have rebranded the Legends deal as Nostalgic Contracts, yet the principles of the deal will likely remain the same. Hopefully this means that Victoria can finally take a rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame, and this is something fans as well as other WWE stars have been pushing for. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.